some breaking news to share about John. So John got married just a few days ago on Friday the 13th. He got married in Georgia at Camp Daniel Morgan, which is the filming location of Friday the 13th Part 6. Anonymous source sent me some pictures from the wedding. It looks like they had a good old time. Apparently John met this girl and they've been together for a little over a year and a half now. I guess they initially started talking online, they met in person, and now they have officially tied the knot. And some of you guys may recognize somebody right there in a black, I don't know, like a black jacket right there. And that is Molly from 90 Day Fiance. So I had no idea, but apparently John and Molly are pretty close and they've been friends for years now. And since John had his wedding in Georgia, where Molly also lives, he invited Molly to come be his best man. And that's why we see Molly wearing what she's wearing. So she came up to support John and be there at the wedding. And they had somebody that they had show up to wear a Jason costume. They did their wedding out on the dock right next to the lake with the lake in the background. Then they had cake afterwards and a small little after party. It looks like they all had a really good time. I was curious if he had like a Native American ceremony, because we saw the first time he got married to Christiana, he had a full-on Native American ceremony in the back of his truck. But I guess this is a why can't I say that word? You know, a just normal ceremony with no religions or anything involved, just a typical everyday ceremony that you typically see. And afterwards they went on a honeymoon. I can't remember if the honeymoon was in Louisiana or Georgia, but that's their first stop for their honeymoon. And then they're headed to Florida for the second part of their honeymoon. And they are already living together. I don't know a bunch about his new wife. He hasn't posted her on social media yet that I know of. Now that the tea is out though, I wouldn't be shocked if he eventually ends up posting her sometime soon. So congratulations to John and his new wife. And that's pretty much all the details I know about that. They are now newly married, and I will definitely keep you guys updated on anything else that happens with them. Now let's talk about Brittany and Marcelino. So I had talked about on my channel a few months ago this post on Reddit where someone claimed that they saw Brittany and Marcelino in Vegas and they're all cuddled up next to each other, walking arm in arm. And it definitely looked like they were a happily married couple. And another person posted they ran into them at a pharmacy. And in the picture they show they weren't cuddled up, but they claim they did see them walking and holding hands and looking like a married couple. Well, this guy ran into Brittany and Marcelino the other day. So shout out to _getmore, M-O-R, on Instagram. He posted this picture. And people are like, oh my gosh, I didn't know they were still together. And he said, it blew my mind seeing them. We all thought they wasn't together anymore. And he said, you can't believe everything on that show. SHEIN, who all the kids on the show, he didn't really work at the mechanic shop in Las Vegas. They all filmed there. Ooh, that's some interesting tea. So he acted like he was friends with the guy who owned that shop. So maybe he was just able to get his buddy to let him use his shop to lead up the appearance that he had a job. And that's not the first time I've heard the show pretending that some of the cast members have jobs when they really don't. And someone else that confused thought they split a long time ago, and people like, yeah, me too. And someone's like, is this an old picture? And he shared that this picture was taken just a few days ago on Friday the 13th. A lot of the comments were just people trying to figure out they were still together. So Clarissa said, you didn't ask if they was? I thought you did and answer the question. And then he responded and said, for the record, they did say they are together and still married. That's what I was starting to speculate too. But then Marcelino this morning posted, nah, separated until papers are signed. If you know, you know. I don't know if you guys saw my video I made the other day talking about a recent interview Julius did, but I talked about this, and in case you missed it, Alexis and Julius are now back together, and Kaylee showed off the dramatic difference a year of healthy eating and working out can make. You can see the before on the left in the same bathing suit and her on the right, and she looks like a whole new person. She said, hey, so this is actually insane. Pics on the left were taken a year ago at the pool. Pics on the right I took yesterday for comparison. Honestly, I knew I was a big girl and that I was overweight, but I'm starting to realize that how bad it truly was. Fat blindness. And that really is a real thing. A lot of people be thinking that they're a lot smaller than they really are. And then she said, this isn't just about looking and feeling your best or being skinny. This is about my health and quality of life. If you want to lose weight, it's 2 simple steps. Have a consistent gym routine and be mindful of what you eat. And Eris recently had a thyroid surgery, and she shared an update and said it went great and thanked everybody for all their well wishes. And meanwhile, Taylor's been doing good on her weight loss journey. She revealed that she recently lost 60 pounds. She says, sometimes I forgot where I was, how much progress I've made. Sometimes I'm super hard on myself because I'm not as small as I want to be, and I forgot I've lost over 60 pounds. She shared some pictures of her before she lost all the weight and pictures of her now, and she looks great. She's got the summer body going on, and she recently met Chance's son for the first time. So Chance and his girl Alyssa came to Missouri to visit Taylor. They went out to a lake together, and then they went out and did a few other things together. And some people were thinking that they are living back together now, but they're not living together. I'm pretty sure Chance and Alyssa went back to Ohio afterwards. At least I hope they did. I know he said that they left Taylor's house in the comments and that they're no longer there. They're just there for a few days in town, because right now he has warrants in Missouri. It looked like they all had a great time together. It's good to see that Taylor and Chance are able to have a good co-parenting relationship. And she posted about here Mason is getting to know his brother Liam now, and now he's getting to know his dad Chance again, and that's just so sad, you know, because it's probably been a hot minute since he's seen his dad outside of like video phone calls, and you know, he is having to learn his dad, but it seemed like he jumped right back into the swing of things and was hanging out with his dad, having a good old time. But that is pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.